Well, welcome healthcare finance students. Okay, kind of a long overdue video check-in. I do apologize for that. But right now is a good time for us to kind of discuss what's going on with the course. We've kind of in that midpoint, modules 4 and 5. So let's go over some of the things and some of the changes that we're going to do with the syllabus. So going to make some changes, I think, for the better for you guys as we're going along. First of all, kind of to address some things about, there are some of the questions that are in the learning activities that you have that may have been confusing, or a couple of them that had maybe an error in, well, one of them for sure that had an error in there. You can thank Jennifer for that, for bringing those to my attention. I do apologize for that. When I write a question, it may look like the clearest thing in the world to me. Then, of course, when I put it out to 25 other people, it is totally confusing. So what I am going to do, you will see some of your learning activities for those of you that need those points back on those select questions. I think we're looking at 2 of them right now. Those points will be given back to you. So, again, you're not going to be penalized for my questions that may have been unclear. So look for those adjustments coming to your grade book soon as I go through there and find out which one of you folks still needs some credit back on those. All right, now, other thing about the midterm, I do apologize for that. I had a whole bunch of errors with that midterm. I think it looks really solid right now. I've run this a couple tests on it. It should be fine. The midterm is open. It is 40 questions. You have 3 hours to take it. It is open book, multiple choice, fill in the blank, and some short answers. When I mean short answers, I mean 1 sentence, no more than 2 sentences. You should be able to answer those short answers with 1 sentence, 2 max. Okay. If you read the chapters, you should be absolutely fine. So take that for what it's worth. As you go through the questions on here, you should be able to, the questions should be familiar to you if you read the chapters, and you might even be able to go back. You may not be able to look up every answer as you go through the book, but you should be able to look up any ones that you might have some questions about. I think you'll be able to find, as long as I want to make sure you guys know what the content is, know how to find that, make sure you're understanding what it is. You don't have to have perfect memorization on it. That's fine. But as long as you understand these major concepts, I think that's great. And I think that's, when I look at the midterm, that's really what we're going for. So please utilize the book as you're going through that midterm, and I think most of you will be just fine. That midterm will be open all the way through to the end of Module 5. So this Sunday at midnight, it will close. I see a few of you have already taken it, so go through that. There is 1 math question on the midterm, and it again should be very familiar to you. Some numbers are changed, but just go through, especially the video walkthrough that I did on this particular type of question. You should be okay. And I even provide a link to a financial calculator if you need that. You can open a separate window as you're taking the exam if you wish, and go ahead and plug those numbers in. All right, so shouldn't be too bad. I expect most of you will do really, really well on the midterm. As long as you read the chapters, you should be able to find that information pretty quickly. All right. So that takes care of Module 5. I do apologize for the delay in not getting that out to you by Module 4. Okay, I got another note here to myself about the course conferences. If you look at the syllabus, we are scheduled to have a course conference number 2. We had one in the beginning in weeks 1, 2, 3, modules 1, 2, 3, right in there. I am going to make the second course conference optional, so you don't need to do the second course conference. If you have any questions, maybe about the paper, the Affordable Care Act finance paper, then we can talk about it. I think a lot of us talked about that in the first conference, so I think we're going to be okay. And I have talked to a lot of you over the phone, in the class, or in office, through text messages, so I think that's working out pretty good. But if you need that second conference, please feel free to send me an email. I think we'll do it this way. Send me an email, and then we will actually schedule a time. That works better because, unfortunately, my days have been booked solid pretty much from 8 until about 5:30, and then sometimes with evening functions here at the college. I think this will be best if you send me an email. Then we will get something actually scheduled, so you don't have to try to track me down. I know a few of you have been had to hunt me down 3 or 4 times to get a hold of me. So we will do it that way only if you want to do that conference number 2, which is not required. We're just going to take those off the point total for the course. Okay, so with that pretty much kind of concludes all of the major updates for the course, kind of the changes that we're doing. If I've made anything unclear, please feel free to let me know. I'm sure you'll all let me know. I'll get 25 text messages letting me know that I was unclear about something. That is okay, and I'll be happy to go ahead and clarify that. So, all right, there we go. And as always, thank you for watching.